Hi YouTube.
Hey YouTube friends and family, it's your boy GB Reviews, and today I'm going to do a video on, it's a home chef cooking video, crispy shrimp, no, crispy salt and pepper shrimp. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to show you the ingredients that I got out of the packing. We'll go through some of the steps. Again, I'm trying to make the steps faster than some of my previous videos. So I'm going to not skip some things, but I'll start it and then you'll realize what I'm doing in terms of like chopping and cooking, stuff like that. And then you'll see the end product and I'll show you how it's plated so that you can see all the things that are required, all the steps. And then I'll drop in the times too, that how long each step takes so that you know how easy it is to make these meals. So again, Home Chef is one of my favorites, but they have a lot of other options out there to get you basically fresh, organic stuff at home that is, in these times that we're living in, you know, it just makes it easier. And if you're a person who's just never really been cooking, it makes you cook like a professional chef, which is kind of nice. And so with that, let me go through the products that came in the pack, and then we will talk more about getting through this process. All right, let's go. So you can see how I laid out all the items. So we have the items that they came in the pack. As I showed you before, all the items come in these nice cool bags, and these cool bags tell you what it is. So see, crispy salt and pepper shrimp. And then it did not come with a knife. That's my knife set, but always get a good knife. I told you that for chopping and stuff like that. But what we have here is we got the shrimp, and it's deveined, peeled the tail off, and this is farm raised. So, you know, for people who don't like farm raised, you remember you can substitute anything, and you can actually substitute products out. So if you didn't want shrimp, you could, or you didn't want these shrimp, you could do prawn or something like that. You can buy that locally. 1 jalapeno, 2 teaspoons of chopped ginger, like a soy sauce, cornstarch, jasmine rice, which I actually have to put in the rice cooker now, mayonnaise, because we're gonna make a sauce for it, and then cloves of garlic and a bell pepper. Here's the card. So it says crispy salt and pepper with red bell pepper. It's gonna look like that when I'm done. And then here's what's in your bag. It says in your box, but the bag comes in a box. And so this is what you get. But the nice part about these cards is it basically tells you, so if once they give you a card and they send you a recipe, you really don't have to order from them again. You can do substitutions as you see, but look, it gives you everything and it tells you how long you need. On the back side of the card, which we talked about before, are the cooking instructions. I'm just gonna go through this really quickly, just so you know what we have to do to, there you go, see? Take a minute to read the recipe, that's what they always say. And then you wanna clean all the produce, even though the produce is fresh. Oh, the scallions, I forgot to say. But even though the products are fresh, you wanna make sure that you wash everything. So the first thing we have to do is we have to cook the rice, and that takes the longest time. And it says, you know, bring the bottom to boil, blah, 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 blah. I'm actually using a rice cooker, so it's not gonna take that long to cook the rice. And then we wanna prepare the ingredients. I'm gonna chop it up, but I'm gonna do that really quickly. I may show you the start of the chop, but really we're gonna chop it up off camera. And make the sauce. We're gonna cook the vegetables first, and then you're gonna drop the shrimp in there with the salt and pepper. And again, it's like super easy to make this because, you know, seafood cooks so quickly. So really the thing that's gonna be the most time with this is gonna be the prep. So as you see from the website, home cooking made simple. All right, for those of you who are accustomed to making rice in a pot, I'm actually not using a pot. I'm gonna use a rice cooker. So step 1, make the rice. I'm not gonna show you any details about making the rice because either you're making it in a pot or you're making it in a rice cooker. You're gonna put water in here, you're gonna do this. If it's in a rice cooker, it's gonna be like 30, 40 minutes. In a pot, it'll be like 15 to 20 minutes. So just remember, jasmine rice, if you're making it on your own, jasmine rice, and then we're making the rice first because the rice is probably the longest step aside from just chopping stuff. So Just remember, rice first. So the next step, we're gonna prepare our produce. And then I actually forgot to get bowls. I mean, bring out bowls. But anyway, everything comes pre-washed, but you still, just a good practice, given the current pandemic, just wash all your stuff. And then you're gonna, we're gonna cut the bell pepper in half. And then you're gonna remove the seeds, right? Because we're gonna dice it into one 1/2-inch slices. So you're gonna get this part out. We're gonna cut it again. And then you're gonna remove the ribs. I'm just gonna cut it into 1/2-inch slices. I'm gonna cut this smaller than this, because remember I told you in a previous video, it's easier to cook when you cut the slices smaller. And so we're gonna go for smaller slices. So as you see, the size that I'm dicing these things, you want them nice and small. So and bell pepper seeds, I mean, I've not really found a use for bell pepper seeds, unlike hot pepper seeds, even though they're related. Bell pepper seeds to me don't convey any taste at all. And so I don't typically like to cook with bell pepper seeds. I just feel like it's a waste when you put it into your food that you're preparing. Now, for me, I will put red pepper flakes because I want my food to be hot. And again, pulling this out, you're pulling that out. Tossing that. The ribbing, you want to take that out. And typically it's just easy to cut out. And then you just want to cut this up. So you guys know how to dice bell peppers. We'll dice the rest of those to, again, stem and stern. We're cutting the tips off. And then for this, you're gonna do 1/4 inch slices, right? So you're gonna seed this. Again, like I said, normally I would use pepper seeds, but I'm not using pepper seeds today, and I'm not trying to grow any peppers. So we're taking all the peppers. We're taking all the pepper seeds out, and we're gonna also get the ribs out. But we're pulling all the pepper seeds out. So when you pull the pepper seeds out, they look like that. We're not cooking with any pepper seeds today. And I'm gonna cut the ribs out of these. And it's just an easy slicing process. If you notice, I mean, people use knives different ways, but I'm using my finger to guide the knife. I'm not trying to cut toward myself. I do know people who do cut toward themselves. I'm not cutting toward myself, so. And then I'm just cutting the ribs out. And that's it. And then you're cutting this into slices. And then I'll cut that down. For the scallions, again, rinsing everything. You're gonna separate the green parts from the white parts. Well, first you wanna separate the ends. You wanna get these ends off. So we're taking it off. And then we're gonna separate the green from the white. So that's about as much. And you can buy these like this too. And then we're gonna dice that up, all right? And then, I don't know if you guys know how to mince garlic, but you're gonna mince your garlic. I had to cut this out. You gotta mince your garlic. And the garlic actually, well, I'm gonna mince this garlic because I have fresh garlic, but I normally actually, as a rule, I keep minced garlic in my refrigerator just because I don't really like mincing garlic, but Again, when you have a sharp knife, it just makes it so much easier. And then when you mince, you can typically use the back. Oh, sorry. You mince with the back or the front. It's easy to mince your garlic. You want to take this, you see this end off? You typically want to take that off. Take the end off or mince that. And then people who are like master chefs, they can do like this. That's not me. I like my fingers, and I don't cook enough with sharp knives to be able to do that. But this is what it looks like I'm doing. And never put your fingers out like this. Keep your fingers like this. Look, I'm not looking at it. So there might be like human skin in this. Look at that. GB reviews how to be a professional chef or fake like you're one. Anyway, so we're done with that. I mean, I'll finish up the rest of this and we'll get to the cooking part because I know that's what you want. Oh, actually, we're gonna make the sauce next. So let's change to the sauce. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So we're back. What we have to do now is we have to actually make the shrimp. So here's our shrimp. And it comes in this nice, like, kind of vacuum pack, soft pack kind of thing. So we're just gonna cut that open. And then we're gonna dump the shrimp in a bowl. So you can see the bowl I have. And then I'm actually gonna, because they've been in the bowl for a little bit, I'm gonna rinse them. I mean, they've been in the pack for a bit and they were shipped. I'm just gonna rinse them twice. So when you're rinsing it, it just looks like that. And then we're gonna rinse it twice. Oops. And then what you wanna do is you wanna combine the shrimp with the cornstarch. Here's our cornstarch. And pepper in the bowl. We're just gonna mix it until the shrimp are completely coated. I'm just gonna get the pepper that I like. So for me, this is my go-to because I just like it. It's a good mix of pepper and spice. It's the Monterey Mates. So we're gonna cut this open, which I probably should have cut it open before. This is why my knives end up dull, by the way. I should be, the things I should be using sugar for, I don't. So look, I'm combining this packet in here, which obviously didn't do a very good job, but anyway. I'm trying not to make a mess, as you can tell. Like, I should have just gotten my scissors. Chef scissors are always another good item to have in your kitchen because when in doubt, use your chef scissors. And so the cornstarch is in there. If you don't cook with cornstarch, cornstarch is used for frying stuff, and we're gonna lightly fry this stuff. And then I'm putting my pepper in here. And then what you want to do with the shrimp is we're gonna keep moving this around. We're gonna keep moving this around. And I probably should have had a little bit more cornstarch and less wetness. The shrimp, I'm coating them properly. And because the shrimp were wet. Oh, that's what I messed up. I messed up a little bit. I was supposed to pat them dry, but oh well. Such is life. I forgot about that step. When you rinse them, make sure you pat them dry. It's still gonna come out the same. The cornstarch is in there, it's baked in. All right, so now we're gonna switch to the Ponzo sauce. I thought we were doing it before, but now we're gonna do it now. Ready? Ah, I'm back. So now we're making the sauce for the shrimp. And I said this is soy sauce. This is actually Ponzu sauce. So we're gonna use the things you need for this step. Pepper, 2 mayonnaise packets, unless you keep mayonnaise in your house, and the Ponzo sauce. So you're gonna put the mayonnaise in first. So I'm gonna just cut this open. It's easier to get the mayonnaise in. And so I'm just gonna squeeze the mayonnaise out of the packets. You just wanna squeeze in all the mayonnaise. You don't really need to make that much sauce. Again, remember, this is enough food for 2 adults. And then we're gonna just put a little bit of pepper. So you wanna combine the mayonnaise, Ponzu sauce, and a pinch of pepper. And then we're gonna just put a little bit of pepper. It says a pinch. That's just a little bit. And then we're gonna combine this Ponzu sauce in here. And I use a fork. And we'll get to this point. You're gonna keep mixing it up. It's not supposed to look like this. It's supposed to be a little bit thicker than that. So we're gonna mix that up, and then the next step is we're gonna go to cooking. So let's go. So the next step is you need 2 teaspoons. We're gonna do our vegetables now. We're just cooking the vegetables. So we're gonna start with 2 teaspoons of, normally I just eyeball this, but for the recipe's sake, we'll do 2 teaspoons of olive oil. And then you're gonna heat this using medium-high heat. And then once it starts to, and I'm gonna actually use this to coat this a little bit because I don't want, it's a non-stick pan, but it's not a very good non-stick pan, which is interesting because it's a good cooking set. So it distributes the heat very well, but it's not a cooking pan that's non-stick the way I'd like it to be. And then basically what you're gonna do is just the white portions of the pepper, of the onions, the bell pepper, and the jalapenos. We're gonna put that in there, we're gonna cook this up. And so, like I said, medium-high heat, and then we're gonna cook this for about 3 to 5 minutes. So we're gonna skip through those steps. I'm not gonna fast forward it for you this time. We're just gonna skip through those steps. And then we're gonna add in, for the last 1 to 2 minutes, we're gonna add in garlic and the ginger, all right? So, I know how much you guys like seeing the sizzle of my pan, and then you know we're gonna get something good to eat. I'm always happy when I hear the sizzle. And we're gonna fast forward through this portion just because, again, 3 to 5 minutes for this part, and then when you're adding your ginger and your garlic, 1 to 2 minutes. And then you want to just set this aside on a plate. We're going to use this pan again. We're just going to wipe it out, add more olive oil, and then we're going to add it again because we're going to fry up our shrimp in this pan. So,
a few moments later.
now the next step in our cooking journey is we have to cook the shrimp. And now, remember we used teaspoons before with the vegetables. We're gonna use tablespoons. So you're gonna use 3 tablespoons of oil. Actually, I'm gonna probably have to get more oil because I am running short of oil. Not really, but I gotta get the full bottle of oil out. And then we're gonna start frying these up. So the way this works for this one is we're gonna add once the oil is hot, which I think it is actually hot now because the stove was hot, we're gonna cook these for 3 to 4 minutes or to an internal temperature of 145 degrees. And then once you do that, we're gonna stir in the vegetables. So you're gonna cook them for 3 to 4 minutes. So we're gonna stir in the vegetables, and then I'm gonna start cooking these because if I don't, it's gonna take longer. And you want to spread your shrimp out because you want them all to start frying up. Again, my pan is just not a non-stick pan, but it's okay. We'll make it work today. And so as they start to cook, you're trying to brown the shrimp, but you don't want to burn the shrimp. And again, like I said, you're gonna cook these for about 3 to 4 minutes. And then we're gonna add the vegetables that we already previously sauteed back. So you wanna make sure you're flipping these over, because if you don't, you're gonna burn one side or the other. So the longer you cook your shrimp for, the crispier they're gonna be. And then after I cook this for another minute or so, because again, all you wanna do is you wanna get to the point where your vegetables are soft. We're gonna get our rice, we're gonna put it on a bowl and we're gonna plate it. And then we're gonna taste it, see what it's like. All right, let's move to the plating. All right, so we're at the final stages now. Proof's in the pudding. I'm dropping some better photos in here. But I have the Ponzu sauce here that I made. There's your view of my salt and pepper shrimp. It's probably not as crispy as I want it, but it is quite spicy the way I made it. I put my Jasmine Rice in there, which I cooked in the rice cooker. Another home run for our home chef. So if you want a good meal, easy, crispy salt and pepper shrimp with red bell pepper. Once you get the recipe card, you can make this yourself all the time. Let me tell you, home chef, this crisis and home chef is ruining me, because I'm not ever gonna wanna go to a restaurant and spend restaurant dollars on things when I can either order them and have them sent to my house, or I can make them because they give me the step-by-step instructions. So just so you guys know, home run. So please hit that like button if you like this content. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell to see when other videos come out. I'm actually doing more and more now that we're kind of working from home, doing things like that. I'm doing more and more videos related to like cooking and things that kind of like life hacks for being home. And I'm reviewing these services so that you don't have to do it. There's a discount code down in the description that you guys get a discount on your first meals with Home Chef. And again, fresh, organic, awesome products. I can't beat it. You can't beat it. It's amazing. Anyway, it's your boy GB Reviews. I'm out. I haven't even used the Ponzo sauce, but well, let me try it since I made it. Wow, listen, I feel like I'm in an Asian restaurant. Definitely check it out. Let me know if you've tried it. Hit me up if you have questions on how this works. I'm always available. Anyway, it's your boy GB Reviews. I'm out. Subscribe and like below.
Subscribe right below.